All aboard, it's Jang here, finally reviewing the big Playmobil Ghostbusters Firehouse, which is a little bit different from what I initially expected. First of all, it's very tall and very large for its price. This sold for $70 US, came with 5 figures as shown, and let's take a closer look at some of the details. I have to say I absolutely love the brick detailing around the outside, which is a different type of plastic, a different color and different texture of plastic, and you insert these pieces, you snap them in to the more beige colored base pieces for the walls, and you also snap in the inserts for the windows with the kind of gunmetal gray colored bars there, and it all goes together nicely. The only thing that kind of stands out from that in a bad way is this door on the side here, which is just a sticker. You can't even open that. It's just a sticker. It's completely fake. And that's really disappointing that you're not able to just open a door and have people walk in. Now, you do get the roll-up garage-style door at the front, which works very nicely. Just slides up and hides away. And they did make this with plenty of space to roll the Ecto-1 in there. Now, the Ecto-1 is not included with this set. I reviewed this separately, still have some of the slime pieces on it, but see, that fits all the way in there, and you can close the garage. And there's plenty of space inside of this thing, as I'll show you in just a minute. I just knocked something off. As is usual for Playmobil, there are some nice details and accessories inside of the major structure, and I just went ahead and got everything straightened up nicely and put some of the figures in there so that you can see them. This entire building is completely open on the side, one side, and around the back. Completely open, which is really great and convenient for play because you can get your hands in there everywhere, even in this most constricted space here. I mean, there's plenty of room for even an adult hand to get in there, or 2 or 3 or 4 to get in there and be playing with multiple figures at one time. However, it would have looked so much nicer if they had offered the option of closing off this side as well. It really looks great to me around here, and I do think that having it open is perfect for play, but it's a little bit of a disappointment to me to see this entire thing in person and just how completely open it is. It feels more open than usual. Starting down at the ground level, here's a fire hydrant and then a flight of stairs to take you up to the second floor. And then there's yet another set of stairs after that to take you to the topmost floor. We'll get to those, but the garage itself is mostly empty. It's mostly open space to allow you to easily roll in the Ecto-1, and it's mostly kind of space just to allow you to set up your own scenarios. But the figures down here maybe integrate things from other sets that you may own to have some different interior scenarios going on. But they do have the nice containment unit against the wall there with just a couple stickers used. Most of this is legitimate building involved to get the details in there, including the handle here, which can be turned and you can open the whole thing. And they've got a little slot for the ghost trap to fit in there. There's one ghost trap included with this set, complete with the handle, with the trigger mechanism supposedly on it. And this has a bunch of stickers to give you the detail, but it opens up like this, and anything that's the size of a standard bar, basically anything that can be held in the hand of a Playmobil figure, can be stuck in there, so you can pose some objects and things there. But this is intended to be able to fit all the way into that space, so that's kind of cool. Now you're not able to close it completely up with the lead attached to it, but you also have the major power switch over here that you can bring down for certain scenarios as well. That would be very scary to turn that off. You don't want to do that, but as you can see, the light is on right now. The green light is on to show that it is powered, and you plug these in yourself. Let's move up to the second level now. Of course, you can place objects wherever you want. I've set this up for now as Egon's lab, and he's looking at Lewis there and getting a read of his self-image and his true self, and you see the terror dog there on the screen. This is not 100% accurate to the movie. They don't have the Apple II computer base on the level just beneath the monitor screen there. Instead, those are just some shelves that can be opened up and you can store small accessories inside of those. It's just reused pieces that Playmobil already had, but I do like the sticker for the screen. That's very believable, and I don't remember what this instrument is here, what this is supposed to be, but it looks pretty good with its decorations on there. Also using mostly small stickers to get some of the details there. You get the little footstool, a chair, the bookcase back there, or just shelving unit, and they also have some flasks in there and some other cooking and or storage containers. They also have Tobin's Spirit Guide here. It's an exclusive book, I think, that is only made available in this set here. And another movable table that mostly reuses stuff from medical related sets, but I think it's perfectly appropriate. One thing that is Ghostbusters specific here is the PKE meter that I just have set down there just to put it somewhere. And I don't remember what this is in particular. It can be held in the hand of a figure, but I don't remember its exact relevance to the Ghostbusters universe. But you can see it can be held by a figure with two hands, just straightforward, and can obviously be used to detect things. And then finally, heading up to the topmost floor, I've set this up to be the space for Janine's office desk. So she's got her computer equipment there, also a lamp on the desk, a larger lamp off to the side, and the telephone, all very important. Not necessarily 80s spec stuff for the phone and the computer equipment, but it's not very modern either, so it's kind of in between. It looks old enough. Notice the fire alarm bell off to the side. The pizza's on the floor, but they didn't have any additional furniture to hold on to that. I really wanted to put it on a table or something, but the cool thing about this is that, Playmobil does these pizza boxes these days, and I don't know how long they've been doing that, but it's really cool. You can actually have the pizza itself inside, and it just has a sticker on the top of it. Lots of toppings on that one, but a nice office chair here. I really like also this newspaper, the Playmobil Today newspaper. That's all Ghostbusters specific. Let me turn that around as well so you can see the inside pages of it. Here, I'll just do like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's specific to this theme. And those are just stickers that you place in there. I think all this furniture looks really nice. There is some leftover open space, but again, just bring in a couple of figures and you immediately use up a lot of that space. Also, very important here is the fire pole that actually works, because what you do is you just walk up to this, attach a figure onto that by just attaching the hands, and then just rotate them around either direction and just let it fall. And again, there you go. Looking at the figures then, left to right, it's Ray in his full Ghostbusters gear, complete with proton pack on the back. I'll turn these around in a second. This is Egon in researcher robes and outfit, complete with the lab coat and also a head-mounted light unit. Janine here, and this is a possessed Lewis, and the last one is supposed to represent the library ghost, who's looking especially kind of creepy here and a little bit different. Ray has the proton gun with the stream piece that can be removed, so you can just pop that off if you want to attach the gun, or just use the gun in a not yet fired position. You can also just take that out of his hand and attach it to the side of the proton pack in the normal position. Nice printing on the arm there, nice printing on this arm as well, and the proton pack itself has nice printing. Once again, no stickers need to be applied for that, fortunately. Egon has just a little bit of printing on the sides of the lab coat for the pockets there, and then each of these figures has the little copyright notice just down at the base of the torso. This Janine that I happened to get has just a little bit of a boo-boo in the printing, with a little bit of extra black that kind of bled around the I think they use stamps to apply the paint applications onto these. Overall, a pretty good looking figure, just not quite as clean as I would like for that print on the front. I think that can be touched up a little bit though. I think some of that extra black can be carefully scraped or rubbed off the figure completely. And then Lewis has the stripes on the arms to match the shirt on the front, and I already showed you the nice printing that they have on the top of the helmet there. And unfortunately, my library ghost has a slightly loose hip joint. It's a good looking figure, I think. Interesting colors they use, especially with that slightly pearly, slightly iridescent purple color that's used up top here. But you can see that the figure doesn't stand up straight, and that just occasionally happens with some Playmo figures where that or one of those pieces is a little bit loose. I think that can be corrected if you take it apart and very carefully bend things. But otherwise, good looking figure, interesting with all of the print and also the combination of the solid colors that are iridescent and then the translucent colors. Oh yeah, and I forgot to point out the fact that some of these slime patches are included. You saw a handful of them around the building. They're just little silicone pieces that will naturally stick to surfaces, but they don't have any sticky adhesive on them. So as long as you just keep them clean, they will attach to different things and they don't leave any residue behind or on your fingers, which is good. Overall, I do feel like this is a good value. Again, if you do see this box in person in a store or something, do know that the building is at least as large as the box makes it appear. If you turn the box slightly sideways, the building is like twice as thick as this, maybe a little bit more. So I really feel like this is a good value for the price that you pay. I mean, just the volume of it is really good. The fact that it's so open is very good for play. I did have a little bit of issue with just the initial impression of it. I don't think that kids will feel as badly or as surprised as I did just at first when they get it all together, because it's just so large and they do have quite a number of accessories. This will definitely play best if you add in at least one other small set to be able to get some additional figures to play in this, and that'll really help to fill things up. This picture here shows the full series of sets, posed together. But again, this set just by itself I think is good. Accessories are good, figures are pretty good, and some of them are exclusive to this. And this was the set that I personally was most worried about when Playmobil first got into the Ghostbusters franchise and licensing. Playmobil has not done a whole lot of licensed product work in the past. Most of it has been just their own unique creations. And it's easy for a company to really stray from their roots when they do licensed stuff, but they have not done that at all here. This is 100% Playmobil. It's more Playmobil than it is Ghostbusters, I feel, which is great. But they did still bring in enough authenticity. Clearly the people who designed all of these elements watched the movies, studied stuff carefully, and they've brought in a good amount of the soul of Ghostbusters. So a nice crossover, a nice combination, and again, good value. So I'm happy with this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you again as soon as I can.